gents, I've built a network with purpose. It's not always about investing in property. It's about creating cash flow. It's about starting businesses. It's about feeding families. It's about living your why, living your purpose.
Standing here today feels like a full circle moment, a moment that honors not just an award I received, but a journey that reshaped my life, my leadership, and my vision of impact.
I don't think that there is a single one event which captures the imagination of an investor like an event like this.
I want to see people gain confidence and actually be able to invest in properties and really gain a meaningful impact in their lives and be able with confidence to come out and invest and get more involved in the economy and create opportunities for themselves.
We're so honored. It's such a privilege for us to continue our partnership that we have with SEPN. We are so proud to be able to see some of the achievements that we have had tonight.
Today was so impactful for me as we launched because we saw different levels of winners from the previous Investor of the Year, from beginners, from newcomers, from youth up to big leagues. For me, it's an inspiration to those that were fearful in entering Investor of the Year.
I want to encourage everybody to enter for the 2026 Investor of the Year and just see how your story can be told to the rest of South Africa.
It is phenomenal. The stories that we hear today, and it's so inspiring that this platform helps entrepreneurs to leapfrog into new opportunities.
I encourage you to really come in and invest and really enter into Investor of the Year because it can really change your life. Just go ahead, take the plunge and get in and register.
The stories of the winners has been awesome. It's inspiring, and that's exactly what SEPN is about. We are very proud to be associated with SEPN as a company, and we look forward to many, many more collaborations moving forward.
Since my journey with SEPN, I've been on a growth path. I have met a lot of people who are also willing to invest in my deals. I have had doors open for me, more opportunities, and I just love being a part of the SEPN community.
It was fantastic to listen to the amazing stories that these category winners and contestants shared with all of us. So this is a fantastic journey.
We are so looking forward to 2026 Investor of the Year. We want to see who's going to take away all the prizes and who's going to be the main champion. So please get your entries ready and submit.
Guys, what an evening here at Villa Bianca, the launch of 2026 Investor of the Year. We have partners, sponsors, previous entrants, even future entrants entering. This is such a great initiative for all South Africans in the property space. So I urge you, take that next step into Investor of the Year, build your profile, because remember, credibility meets opportunity. It's not always who you know, it's who knows you.
Where credibility meets opportunity. Ladies and gents, once more, good afternoon to all of you joining us from Facebook and our YouTube channels. Please let me know before we begin, ladies and gents, down in the comment section right below where you are watching me from. Is it Cape Town, Johannesburg? Are you down in Durban? Please let me know down below where you are joining us from. So ladies and gents, welcome to an Investor of the Year led podcast known as Beyond the Deal, where we get to find out more about our contestants that have joined for this year. Right, we find out a bit about them, what they've gone through, some of the difficulties and their stories and how they have turned their businesses and their properties around and the impact they are having in the community. Today is going to be a special one, a special podcast where we are having one of our partners and sponsors for the event coming up in SA host, led by Miguel Martins, but I'm going to talk about that a little later on. I want to find out from you guys where you are joining me from. I'm going to open my comment section. Please let me know down below. And while you're at it, please do drop us a like. If you are following us from our Facebook page, drop us a like. If you are on YouTube, please do like the video. Also subscribe to our channel to keep up with all the Investor of the Year news and notifications that will be coming up. A little bit about myself, ladies and gents. My name is Daniel Kazadi. I serve as one of the judges for this year's competition. So please join me every single Thursday. We are going to be interviewing and judging different contestants from all around the country. So thank you so much for joining us. For those of you who do not know, ladies and gents, this is the 5th edition of the competition. We started in the year 2018, where we had none other than Mr. Robin Booth become the overall winner with a phenomenal Airbnb deal down in Cape Town. 2019, it was Dana Bonsai who won the competition. 2021, we had one of the most inspiring figures in the property sector, Mr. Darren Francis, win it. 2024 was historic in all fronts. At Shepstone Garden, we crowned the first female winner of the competition. And as we are going, all systems go, plus minus 6 weeks left, ladies and gents, you still have a chance to get your story told to the rest of South Africa and be a potential winner of the competition. This year, unlike all other years, we've got main categories, subcategories, and new categories that we are going to be talking about, with the focus of this conversation being around the third new category, which is the Best Short-Term Deal Award. And like I said, ladies and gents, very, very soon we are going to be talking to none other than Miguel Martins from SA Hosts about why they came on board as a sponsor and partner and what they want to hear from you. Ladies and gents, you can still stand a chance to enter the competition. Competition ends very soon. You can enter by scanning the QR code on your screen or visit our website at www.investoroftheyear.co.za to stand your chance, ladies and gents, to win a cash prize that I will be talking about very soon right now. A special thank you to our headline sponsor and partner for the competition this year, being Absa Bank, wanting to hear your story and walking the journey together with us. And ladies and gents, as I said, the overall winner of this competition this year will win a cash prize of 100,000 Rand, the biggest prize in the Investor of the Year competition. But that's not all. You stand a chance to win luxurious clothing and a bag by Zwashu, who's one of our partners, led by Mulalo Chitema. And then you get a weekend away at Bakubang Beach Lodge, a weekend away at the value of 10,000 Rand. And a special thank you to all of our other sponsors and partners, from TAL Africa to BSA Law to Tough Capital to business partners, and to the special guest of this afternoon, ladies and gents, SA Host. So I'm super excited to be here with you all. Once more, please do drop us a like, comment, and let us know where you are watching us from. I see there's a few people that are on board, but without any delays and further ado, ladies and gents, as we are counting down the days and the weeks towards the final competition, we are going to be ramping up activity. So please do make sure you join us every Thursday for more round one judging, as well as round two judging in your local cities that I'll talk about. But as I stated, for the purposes of this conversation, ladies and gents, it's not going to be any judging that's going to be taking place. We are going to be having a conversation with two individuals. So I'm super excited. I'm going to be joined by none other than Mr. Andrew Walker, the CEO and founder of the Investor of the Year competition, who is joining us from Johannesburg. Andrew, how's it going? I think he's still muted, hey?
Yeah, there. Schoolboy error. How's it, Dan? Hope you're well and looking forward to the session, hey?
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. And the star of the show, ladies and gents, is going to be none other than Mr. Miguel Martins, who is a property investor with years of experience, has grown a sizable property portfolio, and particularly in the short-term rental space. And after corporate, I think we're going to have a conversation with Mr. Miguel on his entire journey. After his corporate endeavors, he's grown a beautiful portfolio. He then founded the SA Host that we get to talk to him about. Ladies and gents, without further delays, please meet Mr. Miguel. Miguel, how are you doing, my brother?
Cheapest, Daniel, that's a bit of an intro. Hey, thanks so much. I appreciate it. It's great to be here and to be talking about this.
Awesome. So I guess, colleagues, we can get straight into it from the beginning. Miguel, I mean, reading your bio, preparing for this session, it's actually absolutely nothing short of inspiring to hear your property journey and everything you've been able to do, and the beauty of what is to come. But before we talk of what is to come and SA Hosts and who you guys are, Do you want to maybe tell those that are listening that do not know about you a little bit about yourself, who you are, who's Miguel, and yeah, let's start there.
Thanks, Daniel. So, up until 4 years ago, I was in banking. I was at Absa Bank for 25 years in various roles, and the last 7 years of my career at Absa, I was at Absa Home Loans, and that's where we got to know Andrew and yourself and the team and Sapin, and where we built the partnership at that point in time. So my background is I'm a corporate guy. I come out of banking. Whilst in banking, I started investing in buy-to-lets, multi-lets. I've done a few flips, and so very much into the property investment space. And it's been a great passion. It's been an interesting journey, and it's brought me to where we are today.
No, that's beautiful. So I'm going to jump to Andrew now. Miguel mentioned a pivotal moment, right? Miguel at Absa, and the introduction to Sapin, and that's almost where the Investor of the Year was born. And we get to have the 5th edition of it, where we have Absa Bank as an entire partner and sponsor. And I want to maybe talk about your initial back then. I'm not sure how many years ago it was. You meeting with Migs, the vision of the Investor of the Year. What is the competition trying to highlight?
Yeah, 100%. And Miguel, I still remember the first time I met you. It must have been like 2018 or something, where with the Bryanston Country Club, and I was at the front of the room talking about property investing and this and that. And then Miguel put his hand up and he stood up and he's like, my name is Miguel Martins, and I actually work for Absa Home Loans. I think there's synergy between, Absa and Sapin. And from that one thing, that's when the marriage was born, hey, Miguel? And at that stage, it must have been the beginning of 2018, because that's when we ran the very first event. Now, Dan, where this came from is in 2018, going into 2019, I thought to myself, it'd be so cool to just have a gala dinner for Sapin clients. So get all the Sapin clients together. We go to Bryanston Country Club, and we're just going to have a get-together, a black tie event. And then I met Neil Peterson. We're like, hey, why don't we do some kind of awards dinner? And that's exactly what we did. That's where Robin Booth entered and quite a few other people entered. And Dolph de Roos flew out from America. He came out. We went away for the weekend. So from what was meant to be this little gala dinner, it ended up being this massive big event at the Bryanston Country Club. And the feedback we got was like, wow, it's the only competition of its type in South Africa. I then look back going, at that stage, it was cool to watch Britain's Got Talent and America's Got Talent. And I thought, this is actually a similar concept. Let's run it again. So we ran the event again. And by that stage, Miguel introduced me to the powers to be at Absa Home Loans. We got to know them. And Miguel played a big role in getting Absa Home Loans to back Investor of the Year. And then we ran the next Investor of the Year, which was Melrose Arch. And of course, this time a bigger venue. That's when we got the Maseratis involved just before COVID. We got the BMWs. We drove all the entrants to the main event. It was just such an amazing event. And again, we filled the room, Dan, and I was like, the feedback we got was that was amazing, Andrew. But what started what was clear to me was the judging process, were the stories we were hearing about how people were doing deals. It's one thing us as Sapin teaching strategies, showing people how to create wealth. When you start hearing people in Bloemfontein, Cape Town, Northern Cape, Eastern Cape, Durban, Nelspruit, all over, actually getting these deals across the line, what we realized is people were being inspired. People were wanting to be a part of the competition. People were saying, Andrew, when's the next one? How do we get involved? Whether it's an entrant, whether it's a judge, whether it's a sponsor, whether it's just being a contestant. And it actually, in my opinion, that plays a big role in South Africa, because it's showing people that with the right network, with the right education, with some clarity and guidance in a network, that anyone can go out there, become successful in the property market. And if you ask me, but why we do what we do and where it's going, my vision for Investor of the Year is, how do I inspire and how do I educate more South Africans to start building wealth using property as a vehicle? And that's where we partner with gentlemen like Miguel Martins from SA Host, because he's got the biggest, short-term accommodation community in South Africa, where Miguel's got the opportunity to help inspire and educate hosts across South Africa.
All right, thank you so much. So I think quite a loaded question. I think it's underpinned by something crucial Andrew just said, which is the stories element. Hey? The whole entire reason we're doing this is to inspire individuals by hearing other ordinary individuals investing in property, going through hurdles. It's not always right. It's not always easy, but the stories of how individuals get past the difficulties. And just to circle back, Miguel, I mean, going back to your story, right? So you were a banker, you grew a property portfolio, you decided to not continue banking, right? How did you actually, because you mentioned multi-lets, buy-to-lets at the start of your journey, how did you end up in the Airbnb space?
Yeah, thanks, Daniel. So maybe just to touch on something that Andrew said, if I may. We're now looking at the fifth edition. Is it fifth or sixth? Fifth edition of the Investor of the Year Awards, right? And I just want to touch on the stories. Having attended the last 3 Investor of the Year Awards, you walk away inspired when you hear the stories of the entrants and how they got to where they got to. What you realize is this is ordinary people doing extraordinary things, and anyone can do it with the right support, the right education, and the right, personal grit. Amazing things are being achieved by ordinary people, and that's actually what kind of took me to move on from my corporate career, to look around and say, I had a few residential properties in my portfolio, and converting those into Airbnbs and building a portfolio since then. So what was one Airbnb in 2023, I think when I left ABSA, we're now sitting at 31 listings, both in Johannesburg and Cape Town. So I've now got a portfolio that's national. I also have the opportunities and the problems that are national as well. So got a lot of experience over the last 3 years, and that's actually where SA Hosts was born. Maybe I can talk about that, if that's okay.
Yeah, no, definitely, right. After you actually ventured into Airbnb, what made you create SA Hosts? So how did it come to be?
Sure. So the biggest problem was that I was sitting there alone, managing. I had 2 or 3 listings at the time, and I didn't know if I was doing the right thing. I didn't know if I was okay. I had bookings coming in with some weeks, bookings not coming in the next week. I didn't know what I was doing right or wrong. And I reached out to a couple of South Africans on some of the face group and Instagram groups, and I said, "Hey, do you want to? Let's get together on WhatsApp." And what began with a handful of people on a WhatsApp group has evolved into now we have over 1,300 hosts on WhatsApp groups in Johannesburg, Cape Town, Durban, Pretoria, and Limpopo. And these WhatsApp groups, we spend all day, every day, talking about what's happening at that point in time. So it's all about how do we sort out stains. I've got this inquiry from what looks like a dodgy guest to thefts. We've had guests, hosts, who were robbed in the last couple of weeks. And what's the process, and how do I handle it, and what did I do wrong? And that becomes a big discussion. And the point is, everyone learns from those groups. So these groups become super helpful, super impactful for the hosts that are on them to help be better hosts and to manage their listings more effectively.
No, 100%. And thanks for that, Migs. I think in the spirit of learning, right, the group is set up, SA Host is set up as a platform where any person that runs any short-term accommodation can apply. And we'll talk about how do you actually apply to be a part of it, but can apply to learn from, it's a community, like-minded individuals, right, to learn from one another, what mistakes everyone are doing, what everyone is doing right. And in terms of learning, I actually read an article, Migs. I'd like to get your opinion, and maybe you can give me some advice. With regards to the regulations, I mean, short-term accommodation came into the South African landscape with such a blast, where it's an opportunity. If done right, you should be making 2 to 3 times the amount of money if there's a long-term tenant. But over the last few months, I've been hearing rumors and murmurs around regulations, and maybe for someone that is watching this and is thinking about it, but isn't sure what sort of regulations, is it still going to be worth it doing short-term accommodation? What can you give us regarding that, maybe?
Yeah. So short-term rental hosts live with a lot of challenges, and it can be water, electricity. You know, if you're in Gauteng, it can be bad guests behaving badly, and even thefts, right, as I mentioned, and definitely regulation. We have this thing kind of coming at us. So if you read a lot about a lot of the media in the US and Europe, there's a lot of regulation that limits the amount of listings that can operate in an area. In London, you're only allowed to operate for 90 days, or so you can only have 90 days worth of bookings, and then you have to shut your listing down. In New York, you're not allowed to operate at all unless it's a listing that's in your home where you live. So Airbnb in any real way is kind of outlawed in New York. And Barcelona, by 2029, they wanted to take out short-term rentals and Airbnb altogether, right? So that's what's happening overseas. Locally, we've got the Department of Tourism, who's looking at what their policy is around short-term rentals, and that's, as much as I've worked with them, that's still a bit of a question mark on what that'll look like. But the other hat I wear, of course, is that I'm on the committee at the South African Short-Term Rental Association, SASTRA. And so we've engaged with the Department of Tourism, we've engaged with the cities, the city of Joburg, city of Cape Town, Pretoria, etc., to try and understand what their policies are. City of Cape Town is the one that's coming out soonest with regulation. They proposed, as part of their bylaws, if you run a short-term rental for more than 50% of the year, they're proposing that you should be you should attract commercial rates. So if you were paying 2,000 Rand a month as a residential property, if you're running short-term rentals for more than 50% of the year, that'll increase by 2.35 times. So your 2,000 will become 4,600 Rand per month. That's on a low-value property. If you're on a high-value property and paying 5,000 Rand a month, that becomes what's a 13,000 Rand a month in terms of rates. So in terms of the question, is it still a good time to get into Airbnb? Yes, but you've got to understand what you're getting into. Can you manage it effectively? It's becoming incredibly competitive. The market's evolving, and of course we have this new, very specific cost coming on, at least in the city of Cape Town. We can expect something similar to come at us in other municipalities. So very interesting, very dynamic environment. Used to be easy to make money in this environment and be successful, but very important to be surrounded by a community of hosts who have the knowledge, who have the experience, and can share and grow with each other.
No, 100%. So I'm just going to go back to our CEO at the SA Property Investors Network, Andrew. So just going through the timelines, IOTY, all the beautiful stories and different types of partners that has come on board, to Miguel Martin being part of ABSA and playing a crucial role in the ABSA partnership that we hold now. Miguel now the founder of SA Host, an official partner of the competition this year. My question, Drew, is what's the goal of the partnership? What is SAPIN as well as SA Host looking to achieve together in this journey?
Yeah, sure, Dan. I think I'll answer two questions. What is the timeline of Investor of the Year? What's happening between now and the actual competition? And, why are we partnering with Miguel SA Host? First of all, the reason we're partnering with Miguel SA Host, and the goal is to help hosts in South Africa do better. It's for Miguel to show them how to create a better listing. It's for Miguel to share with them regulations as they change and how they come about. It's for Miguel and his host to assist other hosts in just becoming more professional, in getting more bookings. And because the problem is in this industry is algorithms change. So Booking.com, Airbnb, they all work with algorithms, no different to Facebook. So if you take your untrained host, you take your mom and papa host who are doing everything by themselves, they don't understand, and they don't understand that things are changing and evolving all the time. So at SAPN, as you know, we have places for student accommodation, development, buy-to-let, flipping, Airbnb. Where the real magic is when you are part of, say, Miguel's host. So yes, a lot of people come through my 2-day property workshops on Airbnb. I then pick them up once I've done the 2-day property workshop, and we put them into Miguel's platform, where the goal then is to look. If you're serious about Airbnb, understand that regulations can change overnight, understand that algorithms can change overnight, understand that what you know Airbnb today, things may change tomorrow. And the purpose of the hosting, of SA hosts, is to keep those guys up to date. And the same as SAPN, we talk about your net worth as your network, and we talk about when you're surrounded by like-minded property investors. I mean, on a one WhatsApp group, Dan, as you know, we've got like 600 investors on that group, constantly supporting, helping each other. So you don't need to do this alone. What SA Host is very similar to that WhatsApp group, except it's purely just for Airbnb hosts. So that's the reason why we partner with Miguel SA Host. And the second question, Dan, just to share some timelines with you. So if the people don't know, if the viewers don't know, Investor of the Year, the main event's happening on the 19th of September. It's a Saturday night. We'll be kicking off at 6 o'clock. It's a black tie, red carpet event at the Maslow Hotel in Sandton. And the judging is still happening. So there's round 1 and round 2 judging as we speak. That's going to happen until the end of July. At the end of July, we'll cut off that process. And then we've got the month of August, where we will be reviewing applications. There might be the odd exception, we'll see. And then we'll be having a prelude to Investor of the Year in September, and then we jump into Investor of the Year. And along the journey, we're taking SA Hosts with us. We're taking ABSA Home Loans with us. We're taking Intergen with us. We're taking, there's a whole bunch of different partners and sponsors, Builders Warehouse, South Africa, BSA, Intergen, GPR, and African Tree Developments. We're taking Framework Integrated Solutions. And there's a range of, off the top of my head, there's a lot of partners and sponsors that are getting behind this initiative, because one property investor may not realize about doing one investment, they're actually employing a few people, which is making an impact in South Africa. So I'm super excited with ABSA Home Loans being our main partner and sponsor for Investor of the Year, and then taking the other partners along with the ride. And like you were talking about earlier, Dan, I mean, prizes like 100,000 Rand, prizes like going away on holiday. It's exciting, it's enjoyable. And it's not just always about how do you buy a house. Anyone can go buy a house. This is more about celebrating success and celebrating people that are taking action, celebrating people that are just trying to make an impact in their life. That's why we're doing it.
No, and I appreciate that. Thanks, Andrew. Thank you so much. So, ladies and gents, if you are watching us, we are talking Beyond the Deal podcast, which is an Investor of the Year-led podcast, where we're talking to none other than Mr. Miguel Martins, the founder of SA Host. Please do drop us a like, subscribe to our channel if you're watching on YouTube. And if you have any questions, we are going to be wrapping up soon. If you have any questions, please drop it in the comment section down below as well. And I'll ask either Andrew or Miguel to ensure that your questions get answered. I think in closing, Miguel, number one, congratulations on what's been a stellar career path and journey within the property space. I think SA Host is a phenomenal initiative that you've created. If there's anyone out there, Miguel, that's looking to join SA Hosts and the likes, I know you talking offline, there's a few vettings we'd need to do and make sure there's a centralized place that everyone can submit their application to join SA Host. Do you want to walk us through that entire journey?
Yeah, great, Daniel. So look, if you're a host in South Africa, whether it's Airbnb, Booking.com, Lekker Slaap, VRBO, or even if you're doing direct, all of them, you're welcome. That's our requirement, is that you're an active operating host or co-host. What you can do is you can WhatsApp me directly with a request, add the link to your listing in there, and then join us. It's relatively simple. Our group operates on very simple rules and principles of respect, support, and learning. and that's how we managed to grow so nicely. As Andrew was talking just now in terms of the journey, over the next 6 weeks, we're going to have 1 or 2 podcasts. I'm going to host a couple judging sessions, webinars, etc. And it's really going to create opportunities for hosts and those from our SA host community to put themselves forward. A question I was asked earlier on is, who should be applying? Who should be going for this, right? And it's really, I'm going to open up to this. If you are a host who started a side hustle that is operating successfully, and you can say, hey, I'm quite proud of this. If you're a co-host who's growing their portfolio and has got a story to tell that talks about challenges and ultimately success of those challenges. If you've done an interesting refinancing deal where, for example, right now I'm involved in a rent to buy opportunity where I've taken over the property as a host and with the option to buy in the next 24 months. If you've got those kind of deals, if you've got an interesting story that is around short-term rentals, Airbnb, Booking.com, and how you've got into that and you're building a small or maybe a not so small business around that, then apply, enter and register for Investor of the Year. I find that the process that we follow in Investor of the Year, it's a mini coaching session. People learn so much more about their businesses when they get judged, when they're going to go on a judging panel in front of yourself, Daniel, or Andrew, or myself, or others, and the questions that are asked, that there's nothing better than actually learning about your business. So I want to encourage everyone to apply, to be part of this, and ultimately, I really want to see a winner coming out of our SA host community.
100%. Thank you so much, Miguel. Thank you. And I think it is important, if you are not a current host, like Andrew says, at the SA Property Investors Network, there's a phenomenal 2-day workshop structured around Airbnb specifically. If you do want to learn about Airbnb, and we can almost hold your hand through that journey so that you can be part of the boys club, right, and the ladies club at SA Hosts. But in closing, I'm just going to bring Andrew in closing words for everyone. We've been together for about 30 minutes. I think some last words, Andrew, to everyone that is joining us, that is watching us right now. What would you like to leave the audience with? And then I'm going to go to Miguel before I close off.
Yeah, sure, Dan. So we're looking at the dates in June, the 24th of June, the event being the 19th of September, so July, August. So what are we, about 3 months away, right? My advice is get involved, and there's different ways of getting involved. It might just be that you want to be an attendee on the evening of the 19th of September. You just want to come watch. It might be that you would like to partner and sponsor, like what Miguel is doing from SA Host, and you would like to make an impact on other people's lives by being a partner of SAPN, or perhaps you're going, actually, I've done a deal, I've done a buy-to-let, I've done an Airbnb, I've done a student accommodation. You've got nothing to lose to enter. It's a very simple process, hey Dan. You just go to investoroftheyear.co.za, all the instructions on there. You put your information in, the office gets in touch with you. And like Miguel said, if anything, you'll get a free coaching session out of it. And you may as well just take the action and do what most people don't want to do. And so either way, whether it's entrant, partner, sponsor, or you just attend on the evening, or you just attend all the Thursday sessions that you do, Dan, where you do your judging and you do your podcast, just get involved.
No, thanks, Andrew. Miguel?
There are 50,000 hosts in South Africa managing around 100,000 listings. So I'm looking for hundreds of applications coming through where people are going to be talking and telling their story about how they have grown, overcome, and be successful. I'm so looking forward to the next kind of 6 weeks of high activity of applications coming in, and then the following 6 weeks as we review those and we kind of head towards the 19th of September. It's always a fantastic evening. Every single evening I come away thinking, sure, I could do more. Massively inspirational, and really cannot wait to be part of it. And really privileged that SA Hosts can be part of this process. And thanks to Andrew and yourself for inviting us on, and looking forward to the journey.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Andrew. Miguel, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much. So ladies and gents, like Andrew and Miguel said, We are still taking entrances to the actual competition. If you would like to enter the competition, ladies and gents, you just go to www.investoroftheyear.co.za, or you can scan the QR code on your screens right now. Competition does close by the end of July. You can no longer enter, so you still have a bit of time. Please do enter. It is quick, it is seamless, and the team will get in touch with you. The overall winner of the competition, ladies and gents, wins a cash prize of 100,000 Rand. So you stand a chance to win a cash prize of 100,000 Rand. Ladies and gents, you guys are watching us on our Facebook page as well as our YouTube channel. Please do subscribe, drop us a like. Please make sure you join us every single Thursday for Investor of the Year Thursdays, where we go through round 1 judging as or a podcast with one of the round 2 entrances. So you stand a chance. You are in this year's competition, ladies and gents. We are taking you through the entire journey with us. So you get to find out more about the contestants that have entered. They tell you their stories and what they are working on. If you are a corporate out there, you would like to sponsor the competition, if you have a brand in the property sector and you would like your brand associated with industry leading experts like Absa Bank SA host, please do drop Alani an email at alani@sapropertynetwork.com and tell us about you, who you are, and how you can be a partner for the said competition. Ladies and gents, from me to all of you, thank you so much for watching. We're looking forward to seeing you all next week for more Investor of the Year. Thank you so much, ladies and gents.